we have multiple breaking news coming out. Please share this video. Today is March 31st, 2025, and welcome to the Real GS News channel. Guys, before I start, give this video a big thumbs up, and once again, thank you so much for your support. We're going to start with this one here. Vladimir calls up another 160,000 conscript to serve in the military, promising them they won't be sent to Ukraine. Alright, so we're going to get to this one here. We have more breaking news updates. Zircon missile, the Bear Match 9, answers to the hypersonic arms race. The Bear has revealed a Zircon missile capable of flying over 10,000 kph at 20 kilometers altitude. Now, Vladimir called it a strategic equipment designed to strike land, sea, and air targets. Now, remember, guys, last week they deployed a submarine, and the submarine is armed with this monster here, the hypersonic Zircon. All right, so this thing is very powerful. No missile defense system in the world is capable of stopping this, according to the Bear. That's, their message. All right, so we do have more breaking news coming out, and I don't know why we still sending stuff to them. The Sleeping Giant arms equipment to Ukraine are still arriving, but the pipeline looks like it will go empty soon. I don't know why we still sending that dude stuff. He said that he's not going to pay us. He said that he's not going to pay us. We should not be sending anything. The Sleeping Giant is dumping massive amount of equipment into Qatar. An unprecedented 13 US C-17A Globemaster 3 military transport planes have landed at Isa Air Base in Qatar after departing from Osan Air Base, South Korea. Now, it looks like Donald is preparing to drag the Sleeping Giant into a biblical war with Persia in the name of Holy Land. Let's stop here for a second. So this is a very important update, all right? So I just posted a video. The Supreme Leader of Persia has put out a televised live broadcast announcement addressing his nation that Donald is willing to drop some very powerful stuff on their land. And the reaction of the people, like the top generals, their reaction is priceless. They were like in fear when they heard that from the Supreme Leader. All right, so Donald has sent a message just now. Qatar is receiving a lot of equipment. It's not only the B-2 stealth bombers that were sent to Diego Garcia. It's not only the USS Truman or the Vincent, but also this here. We are seeing some signs, guys. Once again, 13 US C-17 Globemaster military transport planes have landed and is unloading a lot of equipment. Alright, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer request, you send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to help and support the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the description box and also the comments box. Thank you so much for your support. Guys, make sure you check out this video. This is the one. Persia's Supreme Leader warns that Donald warning to strike Persia will spark retaliation. Persia loads missile onto launchers after Donald delivers the warning to Persia. Alright, so that link will be in the comments box. Thank you again for your support, guys. Thank you again for your support. Let's see what's going on with the 160,000. Man, we are definitely seeing something here. Like I say, guys, I don't see like any peace stuff going on. This is not peace. This is not peace. You got nation building up. Nukes are being built. And yeah, we are seeing the Sleeping Giants sending weapons. So again, this is not peace. Again, this is not peace. The Bible is 100% accurate. The Bible is 100% legit. Jesus has warned us that in the last days and the end time, there will be nation against nations and kingdom against kingdom. Vladimir to conscript 160,000 more of the Bear soldiers for war with Crane. Crane warned the Kremlin is preparing for a massive new military offensive. All right, let's see what's going on here. The Bear leader Vladimir has ordered another 160,000 of the Bear citizens to be called up to serve in the military, the Bear news agency Interfax reported Monday. The Bear drafts men aged 18 to 30 years old, and a new order starting April 1st and to be completed by July 15th, so starting tomorrow, comes amid the ongoing negotiations for cease plan between the Bear and Crane, brokered by the sleeping giant. Ukrainian leader Zelensky claims the Bear is dragging out the peace process as it is preparing a massive new offensive to grab more Ukrainian land before actual peace talks. I just want Zelensky to just leave. If he wants to go to Hollywood, let him go to Hollywood. But the man is always, the only thing that comes out of his mouth is all biblical war stuff. Dude, just go. Again, you say you're not going to pay us, go. Just leave. Again, we rather work with someone that's willing to pay us back with interest. You just took our stuff and slapped the sleeping giant in the face, saying that you're not going to pay us back. It was not a loan, it was not credit. According to our intelligence, the Bear is preparing for new offensive in Sumy, Kharkiv, and Zaporizhia regions, Zelensky said last week. Now they are dragging out negotiation and trying to drag the sleeping giant into endless, meaningless discussions about fake conditions to buy time and then try to seize even more land. Vladimir wants to negotiate territory from a stronger position. He only thinks about biblical war. Dude, you don't want to think about biblical war. Z. All right, so once again, Z said he only thinks about biblical war. So our job, all of us, who's all of us, is defense in a broadest sense of the world, he added. Don't involve the sleeping giant. We're not into these biblical wars. Enough is enough with all this. Yet the sleeping giant leader, who on Sunday said he was ticked off by Vladimir, desired to remove Zelensky from power for a peace treaty to become possible, still believes the Kremlin leader will stick to his word and that he wants the war to end. Some conscript will also be dismissed from the military having served their terms. Independent of the Bear journalists managed to verify the names of over 100,000 of the Bear soldiers who have been out since Vladimir operation in Ukraine. Though Kiev claims overall the Bear losses are getting close to 1 million gone and wounded as of March. Is that true? I don't see that being 1 million. I just don't see that being over 1 million. I don't see that. And the reason why, here's the thing. I don't trust anything that Zelensky put out. Zelensky said he only lost 47,000 soldiers, and the Bear lost almost 1 million. If that's true, that would make Zelensky a better warrior than King David. And again, Zelensky, the lies that come out of his mouth, and I told you guys about this man cannot be trusted. He doesn't even want to pay us back. All that begging about, we will pay you back, he ain't going to pay us back. He said it himself. It was not long, it was not credit. So anything that come out of that man's mouth, I don't trust one bit. So for him to say the Bear again, the Bear country lost 1 million soldiers, we only lost 47,000. Yeah, don't give me that baloney lie. You're not going to feed me that lie. Crane has lost more than 46,000. So Crane lost 46,000 soldiers. The Bear lost almost 1 million. Does that make any cents. And again, like I say, guys, these numbers are coming out from Western. The Bears said they only lost like close to 100,000. The Yellow and Blue Country, they lost over 400,000, according to the Bear. So the numbers are off here. We don't know the true numbers. All I know is I don't trust Zelensky's number. All right, so it says here in March, Crane managed to improve the survival rates of Ukrainian soldiers. Ukrainian Army Chief Commander said in a statement, "We have modernized basic military training course and increased its duration to 1.5 months, and also introduced a mandatory adaptive period for new recruits to combat brigades, and this is giving positive result. This month we recorded a decrease in losses compared to previous ones," this person said. Here's the thing, guys. If the Bear lost almost 1 million, why is the Bear still powerful and strong? Why is the Bear still going after all these regions? And Crane is not looking great. They're not looking great. If they took out almost 1 million, they should not be begging us for more equipment. They should be ahead and victorious by now. I'm just saying, again, that's the way I see biblical wars. But the Bear is not withdrawing. They're not leaving. They're still powerful. And Zelensky is still begging for help. So we have modernized the basic military training course and increased its duration to 1.5 months. And also introduced a mandatory adaptive period for new recruits to combat brigades. And this is giving positive result. This month, we recorded a decrease in losses compared to the previous ones, this person said. Vladimir, though, thinks his troops will finish the Ukrainian army, as the Kremlin leader said last week. They didn't say it like that. They said that they could, if they want to, they could finish off the Ukrainian if they want to, but they don't. Let's go with this next news here. More equipments are being sent to Crane. The sleeping giant role as Crane's biggest arms supplier in the world, that's crazy, is at an end. And if Crane wants sleeping giant equipments in the future, it will only be for cash on the barrelhead, Ukrainian leader Zelensky said at a Friday press conference. Now, he's willing to pay. He said for the new weapons under Donald. But under Joe, he doesn't have to pay that back because it was not a loan, it was not credit. $300-something billion was given to him for free. Free money, basically. Free. Joe, I gotta turn the other cheek. But unbelievable, man. He gave that man free stuff. It's just crazy. A slap to the face of the sleeping giant citizen. The Ukrainian leader, in response to a reporter question about past and future sleeping giant assistance to Crane, said that Crane has no expectation of future sleeping giant assistance without paying for it first. You gotta pay us first. We don't trust you, dude. We don't trust you. You want the equipment? Give us money. Give us the money. Can't believe we have to do this. It's just crazy. If we are talking about anything in the future, new support packages, then the sleeping giant can set whatever condition they see fit. It's clear that the team, Donald administration, will do nothing for us in the future without being paid. They said that officially, Zelensky said. Now, Donald said it's going to be a big problem if he doesn't pay. Zelensky, in a past statement, has said Crane manufactures about 40% of its equipment, with the remaining 60% split roughly equally between deliveries from the sleeping giant and Crane, other allies. And from February 2022 to February 2025, the sleeping giant transferred to Crane $61.1 billion worth of equipment, while Crane other allies led by Germany and UK sent $65.8 billion according to data compiled by I'm going to skip that name. The Sleeping Giant developed heavy Patriot anti-aircraft equipment are usually considered the most critical piece of Sleeping Giant military kit for Cranian defense capacity, because the 1990s era weapon is the only missile in Crane's arsenal capable of taking down the Bear ballistic equipment. The Bear Gov in the past has split its ballistic equipments between Cranian military production facility in large cities and homes and businesses in large cities. Individual strikes have in some cases caused dozens of fatalities but had little visible effect on Cranian military manufacturing. Cranian frontline troops. Since the Bear invasion, have employed Sleeping Giant made tactical equipment ranging from M4 rifles, body armor, and helmets, Javelin anti-tank missiles, M250 machine GUNS, and M40 atomic grenade launchers, to major weapon systems like the M1A1 Abrams tank and the M270 and HIMARS. Precision guided rocket artillery performs, and Hawk and AIM-9 anti-aircraft missiles. All that stuff was sent to Crane. Those are like one of the best stuff that we have. A lot of it was sent to Crane. And they still can't stop the Bear. The only way stopping the Bear is if NATO gets involved. But here's the thing, the Bear will drop nukes, and yeah, nobody wins WWE3. So what is the point of doing all this? What is the point of doing all this, spending all this ching ching? Again, what do we get out of it? What's the goal of all this? Nobody's gonna win it. Can we just all get along? So again, we were taught that when we were young because we were hard-headed and stuff like that. Again, young ones just hard-headed, and they use that term, can we all just get along? All this money being spent, a lot of this money would have gone to feeding many out there around the world for like 20 plus years for free. Isn't that amazing? Imagine that. Using the money, instead of going to these biblical wars and hundreds of thousands gone already, so many widows out there, so many young ones without a father because they were thrown in the front line. Imagine if all that money would have gone to helping the world. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's peace right there. That's what you call peace. This ain't it. This ain't it. Alright, so once again, it says here, among armed forces of Crane, service personnel, Sleeping Giant gear, and generally liked for lethality and reliability, but sometimes criticized for complexity and high cost. Some Europe-made equipment like Germany's Leopard 2 tanks or Sweden equipment are preferred by Cranian troops to the comparable Sleeping Giant product. A Sleeping Giant system particularly, favored by Cranian soldiers is the M2A2 Bradley infantry fighting vehicle, a battle taxi with a reputation for excellent cross-country maneuverability, all-around sensors, and rugged construction protecting the man inside. Crane has received more than 300 Bradleys. Oh my goodness. 300? Those are the tanks. We sent them 300 Bradleys? How much are the Bradleys? The M1 Abrams tanks unit cost varies by model, with the M1A1 costing around $4.3 million. in the domestic market, equivalent to about $10.66 million in 2023, while the M1A2 version can reach $24 million. The M2 Bradley averaged around $3.166 million in 1998, equivalent to $5.841 million in 2025. All that money being spent. Unbelievable, man. Yeah, again, do the math. Do the math. Unbelievable. And by the way, the Bear got some of those tanks. They took it to their country. They confiscated some of those Bradleys. So they do have a lot of our stuff in their country. And they break it down and see how we build stuff. Good job, Joe. Good job. Unbelievable. According to a Sunday report by Crane's AFU run news, Ukrainian military maintainers over 2024 doubled capacity to overhaul and return to combat damaged Bradleys from the 10 to 20 system in a month. Spare parts are, for the most part, readily available, and were unavailable, machining new parts is possible, the report says. Unbelievable. Alright, so we're just gonna end it here, guys. But give me a second. Give me a second. Let me bring this up really quick. Crane and international news have confirmed that the Sleeping Giant's armed deliveries to Crane reach soldiers constantly, but sometimes with delays. Fact check have demolished Donald claims that Crane owes the Sleeping Giant for $350 billion in support. The actual value of the Sleeping Giant assistance to Crane, some in the form of aid and some in the form of grant, is about one-third what Donald has claimed, the News Institute report said. So they're saying that Donald is wrong. Again, they don't owe us $350 billion. All right. But again, with the equipment and the checks and the money that was sent, add all that up, it's got to be more than $150 billion. It has to be a lot more than that. And remember, guys, Elon, when he exposed the USAID, there were money for the USAID being sent to Crane, and a lot of people didn't know that. But there was some loopholes giving money to Crane. That's why they're adding everything up, and it's coming to $350 billion. And you can't forget about the Social Security. They said that a lot of Social Security, those extra people that doesn't add up to the U.S. population, a lot of it in Crane. So a lot of people, so the money was going to Crane. So again, that's the loophole, the corruption, the lawlessness. So if you add every single thing up, then there's a possibility it does add up to $350 billion. And this is where we are right now, guys. This is a big mess. It's sad that they took us to this, again, got us involved in this. I'm glad that Donald is trying to put a stop to it, but we need to not send Crane any more equipment. If he's not going to pay us back, stop giving him stuff. Period. But again, this is where we are right now. The Bears getting military soldiers ready. Donald is sending more equipment, this time to Qatar. When it comes to Persia, we are definitely seeing nation against nation rising up in the end time. So again, I will keep it updated when it comes to all these news here, guys. Again, please share the video, and I got some more coming up later tonight. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer request, you can send it to me, Luis Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $1 a month Patreon. We get to access to our live stream every Monday. We talk about things that we cannot talk about in the platform. Also, I'll post the videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for He's the only way, the truth, and He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.